Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., all rights reserved.
We're back. It's 7 till. I'm Jim Blasingame. Thank you for staying with me. My pleasure to, as always, broadcasting live from Sedona, Arizona. Alan Maites is our guest, our good friend, longtime Brain Trust member, president of Robinson and Maites, an advertising PR firm, marketing firm, I should say, out of Chicago. Alan, tell the audience how they can find you online, please.
They can find us at www.robinsonmates.com.
All right, so check that out. And Alan, talk to us a little bit more about some of the things that you're finding out there as we move into 2012. What are some of the other things, the key elements of reaching out and touching customers and hanging on to them, keeping them? When we think about customers, all this new capability, all the new smartphone capability, it's so easy for the customer to adopt that capability and to get excited about it. It's so sexy, so shiny. It's the shiny object syndrome. It's easy for them to adopt these things. It's not as easy for us to put it into build it into our business model, is it?
No, it is. A lot of people, are talking it. Some people are doing it well, but it is difficult. And some of the advice that we provide to clients and even prospects alike, no matter big or small, is don't forget to help your customers buy. So provide the right information and the right tools to make the transaction easier for them. If it's easier, if they know where to find the information, if they know that they're being listened to, which is also critical, because it's listening between the lines to understand what demands they're really asking for. And don't be afraid to ask your customers and your market for input and feedback to your ideas. I mean, customers are the source of most innovative ideas.
Well, so and the thing is, we've always, and for all these years, I've been saying you got to ask your customer, what their expectations are, what do they want. And you got to talk to them enough to get them to tell you these things. And sometimes you don't even have to ask them; they'll tell you without asking. But today, when so much is changing, the expectation opportunity is changing for customers. There's never been a time when you have to stay closer to customers. And we talk about management by walking around. Typically, Alan, you think about that as being inside your operation. But I think maybe we should start calling it marketing by walking around out with the customers. What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, what kind of feeling do you have when you're at a nice restaurant and the chef comes to your table? Doesn't happen very often, but when it does, you sure feel special. And you sure, as long as that meal was okay, you're probably coming back to that restaurant. So the ability to walk around and like we're both saying, listen. Don't just ask the right questions. Listen to the answers. Always observe your customers in any way you can. Find out what information you need, what you can do to get that information, and then what you're going to do with it once you get it is critical.
One of the big shockers, I think, for a lot of small business owners, is when they find out that the people that they've done business with all these years are not coming back. And it's because they've moved on from a capability standpoint. They've adopted some new capability in terms of finding what's available to them. And if you're not keeping up with that, if you're not keeping up with how they connect to the marketplace, then I'm not saying they're going to leave you forever. But I think they're going to come back less often, and that's a real shock for a lot of companies right now. Not only small companies, Alan, but big companies too, right?
I think that's right, Jim. And the big hole is most companies don't even know why those customers left.
Yeah.
So it's keeping that ear to the ground, and if you do lose a customer, learn something, buy it, and don't lose another one in the same situation.
If they haven't come back in a while, call on them, send them a note, see them, whatever. Find out and ask them. Hey, we've missed you. Did we do something wrong?
Right,
you might have to do some research on this. Alan, give us the website again, please, one more time.
It's www.robinsonmates.com.
Thanks, Alan, for being here. Good job today. We'll see you next time.
My pleasure.
Alan Maites, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be back another day. I will be too, but not today. I'm Jim Blasingame signing off from Sedona. Tomorrow, Phoenix. I'll see you then.
Insperity presents the Small Business Advocate Show with Jim Blasingame, brought to you by FedEx, CareerBuilder.com, and Palo Alto Software. This is a copyrighted production of Small Business Network, Inc., intended for the private use of our audience. Except as otherwise provided by copyright law, all other copying, redistribution, or publication without prior written consent is prohibited. All rights reserved.